Hey guys, it's Matthew here again. We are back for my next case for criminal case in Pacific Bay. This will be number 29. There's a look at the people who helped me out. I want to say thank you. Let's get there. Okay. The White Peaks Project. Okay. Hey Matthew, how's it going since your last case? A cannibal maniac. That must have been a treat. Well, a treat for you at least, because poor Amy's still shaken up by the fact that her crush snacks on people. I hope being with her family will help her recover, which means it's just you and me today, Matthew. Matthew, you had to help me. Something must have happened to her. Amy? What the heck are you doing here? Who are you talking about? My friend Virginia. She was supposed to meet me this morning, but I haven't heard a word all day. I'm so scared for her. Virginia Watchbird. Don't worry, kid. Matthew will find this Virginia for you. Where do you think she could be? She was filming a documentary about the origins of the Nightwalker legend up in the deep woods. Please, Matthew, let me come with you. I can help. Matthew's right. This is out of the question, Amy. After what happened with Bobby, the only thing you get to do is watch bad reality TV while eating ice cream. Understood? Alright, yes, you're right. I'll just go home then, but call me if you find anything. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Matthew? If something bad happened in Virginia, Amy might not be able to suffer another shock after the whole Bobby fiasco. Tell me about it. You're right, she mentioned the deep woods. Virginia might have gotten lost there. Let's go. I got my burgers in and everything. That's okay. Let's get to this. Oh no. Broken branch, broken branch, broken branch. Oh no. There it is. Not one of my best ones, but hey, almost perfect. Can't complain. An orange juice. Okay. Holy God. I can't believe it, Matthew. There's no way this girl impaled herself by accident. Amy's childhood friend has been murdered. You're right, we better keep this to ourselves for as long as possible, but we still need to get her body to autopsy. Good catch. Amy did mention Virginia was filming a documentary. That broken video camera you found must be hers, but you'll have to restore it. And she didn't say that the documentary was about the origins of the Nightwalker legend. And didn't she say, damn, Matthew, could this be why she got killed? You're right, I'm getting ahead of myself. What about that bloody branch? The blood must be Virginia's, but if you think there's something else on it, be my guest. You found a business card too? Maybe the killer decided to sign their crime for once. Quick, let's recover what was written on it. And I'm gonna do that after I get some more stars. Sit tight, people. Okay guys, we are back now. I'm gonna do more of chapter 1 of the White Peaks Project. First we're gonna examine the broken camera. I think I'll do the branch next because I don't think that'll get me to the next part. There we go. Good job fixing that camera you found next to Virginia's body, Matthew. And cool, that thing still uses VHS tapes. The downside is that tape is stuck. Better send this mess to Hannah. Another coins. Only 5 minutes to analyze the video camera? Cool. Examine the bloody branch next. Then I'll get to the business card. There we are. 2 fibers. Great job collecting those fibers off that branch you found at the crime scene, but I'm not convinced that this is going to lead us anywhere. Of course, Matthew, you're the boss. Let's send those fibers for analysis. Three hours for this, but I think I'm probably going to cut that one a little short. When the video camera's done, I'm probably going to speed it up and do the instant analysis. But for now, we're going to get to the business card. Roberto Vasquez, call me soon. Great job of covering the words on that business card you found next to Virginia's body. It belongs to Roberto Vasquez. Oh, that's from the other case. Roberto Vasquez. Hey Matthew, isn't he the kooky guy who obsessed with the Nightwalker? We've met him before. I had no idea that Roberto was a filmmaker, but his call me soon on the card implies he knew the victim. I agree. Let's go talk to him. Got his business card. Roberto, Deputy Chief Matthews here to talk to you about Virginia Watchbird's murder. We know you two knew each other. She's dead? What a shame. The girl was really cute and smart at that. We talked a couple of times. I left her my card, but she never called back. I guess she was too busy with her documentary to realize what a catch I am. Weren't you interested in her documentary, actually? We know how much you love the Nightwalker. Well, I was too busy appreciating the filmmaker to care much about the footage, although I doubt it was any good anyway. To make a good documentary, you have to think like your subject, to become one with their history and their psychosis. Virginia was much too nice for that. I guess not. 2 minutes until the video camera finishes processing. I'll be back after that, and I'm going to get some more stars. I'm going to do the results of the video camera now. Welcome back, everyone. Let's get to the results. It was only 5 minutes long. Really, Matthew? A VHS video camera? Is it the 80s or something? If only. Did you manage to restore the tape? It's as good as new, and it's labeled Behind the Scenes number 4. I borrowed an old VHS player from the archive so you could take a look at the footage yourself, Matthew. Okay, let's see it. Oh God. Oh God. I have to stay calm. I have to stay focused on the documentary. No matter who threatens me, I have to find out the truth about the origins of the Nightwalker. But if something happens to me, everything about my research is in the abandoned distillery. It's very important that you remember it. It's in the abandoned distillery. What I learned is... What is it? Who's here? Show yourself. You? What do you want? Hey, don't touch my camera. Leave it alone. That's it. You're right, Matthew. Someone put their fingers on Virginia's camera to take it away from her. It must have been her killer, right before they murdered her. But she did say that her research was in an abandoned distillery, all that fermented booze lying around. If only we knew its location. Wait a second, Matthew. Here, there is an old distillery on the outskirts of town, right next to the forest. See, Hannah, when you put your mind to it, you can actually be useful. And now, Matthew, let's go take a look at the old distillery. Okay, I'm going to investigate the distillery. Wow. There we go. Kind of looks like Rachel Priest on that monitor. I got it in the happy hour with my coins multiplied by 5, which is good. It's good for me anyway. Look at all that booze, Matthew. It's like Christmas. You're right. Better get back to the investigation. Yeah. This editing table looks like Virginia's center of operations. This broken VHS tape you found must hold more of her footage, but you'll have to repair it. Hey, leave that bottle alone, Matthew. I saw it first. Oh, you think it's a clue? If you think there might be fingerprints on the label, you can take it. Yeah. Didn't come here to drink, Frank. What the hell do you think this is? What the hell do you think this is? Happy hour. Okay, I'm gonna get to the bottle first. Well, that didn't take long. Good job getting fingerprints from that moonshine bottle, Matthew. Better send them to Hannah for analysis. Okay, how long? 9 hours. So it'll be in the morning when I wake up. There we go. Great job restoring that VHS tape, Matthew. Hopefully there's some of Virginia's footage on it. And since we have all the material we need to watch it here, are you thinking what I'm thinking, Matthew? Yes, let's watch it now. We'll have to do it without the popcorn, though. Is it working? Is this thing even recording? Oh yes, great. Hello world, my name is Virginia Watchbird. I don't want to miss anything, so I'm going to record everything I see. Oh, this is so exciting, my very own documentary, and about the Nightwalker no less. I've always adored this legend, and now I'm going to reveal its origins. Most people know that the Nightwalker was actually a soldier wounded during the Civil War, but his story doesn't end there. I'm going to reveal every detail of this tragic tale. And I have to thank Lola Dickinson, my producer, for this opportunity. This documentary will be sensational, you'll see. Okay, I have kind of like little fantasies of being on the news, but that's not one of them. I don't want to do a documentary. So Virginia was hired by this Lola Dickinson to film her documentary about the Nightwalker. I agree, we better go talk to this Lola. About the documentary. What do you want, Deputy Chief Matthew? I'm very busy at the moment. With Virginia dead, I now have a documentary with no director. What? You're still going to make that documentary even after the murder? It's dreadful what happened to Virginia, but I put a lot of money into this project. I can't let it die too. Makes sense. I'll dedicate it to her memory. No one was as passionate about the Nightwalker legend. Oh, she was so enthusiastic about it. But she shouldn't have been filming out in the woods alone. There are a lot of deranged people roaming around at night. Now she's dead, and I've got an unfinished project on my hands. Believe me, this night is turning into a real nightmare, Deputy Chief Matthew. I don't blame her. And just because I want to, I'm gonna get the instant analysis for the fibers. I took a look at the bloody fibers you collected from that branch, Matthew, and I can tell you they're wool fibers. And more precisely, they're wool fibers coming from a pom-pom. See, for a pom-pom, the fibers are not knitted, but sewed at one end. Which means your killer must have fallen on that branch and left the fibers there. You're looking for a killer wearing a pom-pom on their clothing. A pom-pom? Our big bad murderer wears a pom-pom? They don't sound that threatening now, do they, Matthew? Sorry, I shouldn't talk like that. Pom-pom or not, Virginia's killer is a monster. I'm gonna let this thing run its course, and I'll get the victim's body on autopsy when that runs its course too. So for now, I'm gonna go get the stars. Over and out, to quote Pitching Ace 808. Pitching Ace 88, I should say. Over and out. Well, guys, it's Matthew. We are back for Criminal Case. Just gonna get the results of the fingerprints, and then that will be it. So the fingerprints you found on that bottle of moonshine belong to a certain Charlie Watchbird, arrested once for drunk driving. Watchbird? Why does that name sound familiar, Matthew? Matthew was right. It sounds familiar because it's the same last name as your victim, Virginia Watchbird. Charlie Watchbird is her cousin. Her cousin? He may be able to tell us more about Virginia. Let's talk to him. White Peaks Project. See, he wears a pom-pom. I can't believe someone would kill Virginia, Deputy Chief Matthew. She was the sweetest girl ever. Were you close to your cousin, Charlie? Like two peas in a pod. I'm trying to renovate this distillery, and Virginia wanted to be close to the woods for her documentary, so I let her work here. If only I knew filming a documentary about some silly legend would turn out to be so dangerous. I should have protected her. What am I going to tell her parents? I'll never be able to face them at family dinners again. Yeah, I don't blame them. And in 8 hours, we will see results of the autopsy. Over and out, to quote Pitching Ace 88. derelict cabin.
You said you needed to talk.
This is chapter 2. Okay.
Matt's death. I'm confused.
I think I've told you everything.
Okay, let's see here.
Why are you torturing me like this?
Notebook.
Passed out. I didn't call you. You think I'm taking this out? What should we think?
210,000, okay. Not too bad a score.
That murder could be a hoax. Who did then? Don't know. That's why we're asking you.
That's the 13th.
If I think of anything, I'll be sure to call you right away.
I think third place could be the best that I can do in this scene.
Just like Debbie, what you want to say was called we have to exhume the body. We got it in his house. This is a shrine.
So she locked her on the ground for excavation.
The makings that Mommy didn't reciprocate. Matt got a hold of it. So now she's killing old women to get back.
Anna knows how to kill a bear. Why should she change her MO to strangulation?
She set him up, so what?
Tomorrow there was a misfortune.
I'm serial killer. Sorry, this one.
Well, if I can establish that there was one who did die when you had a stroke, because of the heavy weight.
Okay, got all the stars. Now let's get to the old box.
I haven't really discussed it with the council member of the district would be I understand, but I'm sure if he had a concern,
Tape.
he would express it.
We did reach out to Ikaika Anderson by phone. He says that his constituents have asked him not to pay prohibition on those large trucks.
Number
That's
2.
because of the damage to the property. Anderson says he will support whatever area residents ultimately decide.
On Kauai, utility customers are being warned of a solar scam. Hawaii Island Utility Cooperative says salespeople are and falsely representing themselves. According to KIUC, the salespeople are planning to work with either KIUC or the electric company.
15 hours.
As KIUC says, it does not do door-to-door
9 a.m.
sales,
tomorrow.
and it's never endorsed any particular solar panel contractors. And these salespeople are also asking for sensitive information like the homeowner's electric bills.
Lori may be a killer, but I am a man of peace.
Online. Now, the CEO did say the residents who have the panels installed are actually paying more for their electricity than before. KIUC says if someone does come to your door from the electric utility, you should check their ID and you can call them at 808-246-4300.
We have our first look at a new high-rise set to go up in Kaka'ako. The Howard Hughes project is called IO.
6 hours, okay. 12:06 a.m.
It'll have more than 460 units starting at the low 400,000s. They'll range from
See you guys for that.
studios up to 3,000.
Okay, you guys, it's Matthew here again. We are back for Criminal Case, White Peaks Project, Pacific Bay Case 29. Get the results of the stained notebook right now. Frank, I heard you started eating the evidence. You shouldn't keep him on such a strict diet, Matthew. At least that way we knew the stain was pumpkin soup. What did you find, smarty pants? A high dosage of sleeping pills. You're lucky you didn't take a bigger sample, Frank, or you might have fallen asleep on the job. Well, that wouldn't have been the first time. So anyway, the soup matches the traces Roxy found on the body to a T, which means your killer handled this book. Which also means that our killer takes sleeping pills. Maybe if they stopped killing people, they'd sleep better. I agree. Okay, didn't unlock this. But, I'm gonna speed this up. One down to 162 now. You found another one of Virginia's videos, Matthew? Take a seat. I'm putting it in the recorder right now. And I'm doing this because I'm on a happy hour right now with double XP. Go away. I want to be left alone. Leave the Nightwalker be. But sir, no one else knows as much about the Nightwalker's legends as you. I just want to tell the truth. The Nightwalker has to be left alone. You're just the latest of a string of thrill seekers disturbing my peace. I'll let you know that I take my work very seriously. Tell me everything you know. Never. You're gonna leave this instant before I make you leave at gunpoint. Get out. Pretty harsh. So Virginia tried to interview Alan Muir. Isn't he the hermit we met when a woman got sawed in half, Matthew? Virginia sure got him angry. You're right, we have to talk to Alan. There's another give coins. About Virginia's documentary. Get out! I don't want to see anyone. You think people would get the meaning of the word hermit. Virginia Washburn was murdered, Alan, and we know you threatened her. Virginia? She came back day after day trying to get a story out of me. That would make anyone angry, but I never hurt anyone. People think that because I live in the woods, I know all the places from the Nightwalker legend, like the tree on which he hanged his little girls. Thrill seekers and amateur documentary filmmakers are trying to turn my solitary life into some kind of freak show, and I won't let that happen. So Virginia was so driven by her documentary that she was starting to anger people. That's good to know. And as for Alan to have been this angry, Virginia must have filmed him more than once, which means more VHS tapes. You're right. Great thinking, Matthew. We might find more tapes at the abandoned distillery. Let's go. Check it out. Okay, let's see. Let me see that. I missed that one. There's a box of equipment. I'll find this. There it is. Not my best score, but I'll get them all. That's okay. So you didn't find any tapes in the distillery, Matthew? Too bad. That box of distillery equipment looks like a perfect get to me, though. I can't wait to brew whiskey in my bathtub. Oh, drats. You mean you picked this box up to look through? I should have known. You never give me anything. In that case, you might as well unlock that phone yourself, Matthew. And what about that letter? Do not bother. Could Virginia have gotten on someone else's bad side? If you can retrieve the rest of the letter, we're sure to find out. I'll just go ahead and do it already. I'll unlock the phone first. Okay, let's see. It's like GS9, yep. And RN8, yep. 9 extra energy, coming my way. Great job unlocking that phone you found in the distillery, Matthew. Not that I'm surprised, you always pull through. There's nothing on the phone to grab my interest, though. You think we should send this to the lab? Alright then. Nine hours. Alright. I'll get it in the morning. But this time I'm not going to speed things up. I'm going to get to the distillery equipment and then the note. There's another tape. Another 9. Just what we were hoping for, Matthew. Great job getting that VHS tape out of the box of distillery equipment. You want to pop it in Virginia's VHS player? Alright, let's take a look at it. Give me that tape, Virginia. Give it to me. Stop freaking out. Why are you so mad? Can you imagine what would happen to me if this tape got out? I'd be finished. Over. End of the game. Just give me the tape. No way, dude. I need the footage that's on it. Can't you just trust me? You're gonna give me that tape, Virginia, or I swear to God I will... Ugh. So much of the close relationship between the Washburn cousins. Charlie looked pretty mad. You're right, we should go talk to him again. We have to know what Virginia filmed. Get your coins. Ask Charlie about his threats. We know you were angry at Virginia because of something she had filmed, Charlie. Care to tell Deputy Chief Matthew what it is? Listen, I was completely on board with helping Virginia with her documentary. I even made her pumpkin soup in the evenings. But the thing is, she was filming absolutely everything. I sometimes saw moonshine as she tried to film some of my clients. And one night I was completely wasted and she filmed me pissing in one of my moonshine containers. Oh no. What? You sick human being? That's disgusting. That's it. No more moonshine for me. I'm staying true to Gold Stag from now on. You see, if my buyers knew I peed in this stuff, I'd be over. Do you know how hard it is to make money around here? Try in Hawaii, dude. So yeah, I was mad at Virginia, but I would never kill her over that. I'd never hurt her. There's 3. My family again. Mrs. Young. So the letter you found says, do not bother my family again, Mrs. Young. Wait a minute, Mrs. Young? In a case involving Amy's childhood friend? Could this Mrs. Young be Amy's mother? You're right, Matthew. It's strange how everything brings us back to Amy, somehow. I expected her to meet her mother someday, but never as a suspect. Do you think she'll be as saccharine as her daughter, Matthew? Maybe she'll make us cupcakes, huh? Anyway, you're right. Mrs. Young doesn't seem to have approved of Amy's friendship with Virginia. We better go talk to her. Not the letter she wrote to Virginia, okay? Matthew, what are you doing here? Did you find something about Virginia's killer? What? You want to talk to my mother? But why, Matthew? She has nothing to do with this investigation. Amy, what are you doing here? Who allowed you to answer the door? Go back to your room immediately. Yes, Mother, I'm sorry. I didn't think. I never think. I'll see you later, Matthew. So you're the Deputy Chief Matthew Amy can't stop blabbering about. What do you want? Charming little fellow. Sorry to bother you, Mrs. Young, but Deputy Chief Matthew has found evidence that shows you had some problems with Virginia Washburn, the friend of Amy's who was murdered. Just because she was friends with my daughter, Virginia felt she was allowed to bother my family whenever she felt like it. I do not tolerate such behavior. They were always together as children. Virginia was a very bad influence on my daughter, always causing trouble and forcing Amy to follow. People like Virginia, they know nothing about respect. Of course, only Amy could find such stupid friends. I shouldn't be surprised. That's all I have to say to you, Deputy Chief Matthew. Please leave my property now. Holy crap, Matthew, did you see that? Mrs. Young is as cold as you can make them. How could she have given birth to someone as sweet as Amy? Families are so weird, but you're right. We have no time to dwell on this. Let's get back to the investigation. And I'm gonna get those stars. So, over and out. Okay, so Matthew, we are back to wrap up the second chapter, of the White Peaks project. Let's get the results of the unlocked phone. I took a look at the phone you sent me from the abandoned distillery, Matthew, and it belongs to Lola Dickinson, Virginia's producer. So seeing how Lola is one of your suspects, I took the liberty of taking a look at the messages she sent to the victim. And the last one is very interesting. You're gonna listen. We're making this film my way. Seems like they weren't seen eye to eye. You're right, Matthew. Looks like Lola wasn't too happy with the direction Virginia's documentary was taking. We better go talk to her. Seems that way. Message to Virginia. Deputy Chief Matthew found a message you sent to Virginia. You seem to have some kind of power struggle with her about her documentary. Listen, whatever good documentary needs is a bit of artistic license. You have to embellish the truth. I know the legend of the Nightwalker, and believe me, you have to make it scarier. You have to make it bloodier. Bloodier as in killing the filmmaker? What? No, I still need that thing finished, and that's not happening anytime soon. God, can't anyone bring me pumpkin soup? I'm starving here. Matthew, I'm sorry to bother you, but if you don't mind, could I get a status update about your investigation? Did you find anything new about Virginia's killer? You know Matthew, kid. Of course we made progress. First, we found the Nightwalker's cabin, and thanks to that VHS tape Matthew picked up, we know Virginia was there too. And on the footage, we learned of Virginia's violent encounters with Alan Muir, who was angry at her for disturbing his peace. Virginia really had a knack for making people angry, like your mother, Amy, who's nothing like I imagined her, by the way. Mother disapproved of our friendship, that's true, but she's a sweetheart when you get to know her. Sweetheart wouldn't be the first word that came to mind. Mother only does what she thinks is best for Duncan and me. She may seem a little harsh for an outsider like you, but she has a heart of gold. Amy, your mother... Deputy Chief Matthew, there's a tape for you from Virginia Watchbird. What do you mean the victim sent us a tape? She's dead. Virginia? Virginia's talking to us from her grave? Yikes. Holy God. Never thought that happened. Seen that a few times on SVU. We'll take a break here. See y'all for Chapter 3. Okay guys, it's Matthew here, and we are back for Chapter 3 of the White Peaks Project. Let's get there now. I don't get it. How could Virginia have sent you a tape, Matthew? She's dead. Virginia's talking to us from beyond the grave? Please, Amy, get away from here. This isn't good for you. Get out. Deputy Chief Matthew's orders. No, I want to see the tape. Virginia was my friend. Amy, out! Otherwise you'll be sent home. Understand? You have no heart, Frank. No heart at all. I know, they all say that. Alright, Matthew, let's watch this tape. Hello, Deputy Chief Matthew. If you've received this tape, then it means that I'm dead. Amy's told me so much about you. If you're half as wonderful as her stories led me to believe, then I know I can trust you. Someone's after me. I know they follow me to the Nightwalker's cabin. I'm so afraid. But it won't stop me. I will make this documentary. I won't let myself be threatened. And if they get to me, whoever they are, then go investigate the Nightwalker's cabin. Deputy Chief, then go investigate the Nightwalker's cabins. Deputy Chief Matthew, I'm counting on you. Poor Virginia. She felt death breathing down her neck as she stayed strong till the end. She was one hell of a kid. Yeah, you're right, Matthew. No time for moping. We have to find Virginia's killer. She thought someone was following her, and she mentioned the Nightwalker's cabin. So I guess that's where you want to start? Fine, but how do we get to investigate which of our suspects takes sleeping pills while we're there? You want to call Ramirez? Ramirez? You mean that clown who goes around wearing costumes? Alright. Ramirez, are you available to do some detective work for Deputy Chief Matthew? Oops, excuse me. Well, I'm in the middle of a very important undercover mission, but of course I'd do anything to help Matthew. Does dressing up as a snowman count as important? Holy shit. Good, Matthew needs someone to do some undercover work to discover if our suspects use sleeping pills. I'm on it. My brand new disguise will allow me to investigate incognito. I won't disappoint you, Deputy Chief Matthew. Great, now that your friend is out to do the dirty work, let's go to the Nightwalker's cabin. Okay, I'll have to make a dog change soon, but for now we'll just leave it as is. So for now, we'll just leave it at that. There's one doll. Room. Gold bracelet. Necktie. VHS tape. There we are. And finally, the mirror. There's a broken mirror. Okay. Oh, got 6,000 extras, that's okay. So what did you find in the Nightwalker's cabin, Matthew? Some torn fabric? Alright, if you want to put it back together, be my guest. And that's one pretty bracelet. Looks expensive. The name on it is all scratched. Think you can take a look? Great, another VHS tape. I'm sure we'll learn something more about Virginia's killer. Let's send it to the lab right away. Woohoo! Okay, let's analyze the tape. 12 hours. First of all, one of my favorite dogs of all time in this game. I'll go ahead and do it anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. There we are. Alan's friend. Huh. Great job putting that doll back together, Matthew. Is it me or does it look like Virginia? Same hair, same knit cap? And the inscription on it says Alan's friend. Alan is in our friend the hermit? You're right. Why would a grown-up man make a doll of our victim? And why would he write Alan's friend when he told us she was a nuisance? I agree, Matthew. We've got to talk to Alan about this doll. Another coins. See what Alan has to say about this. Alan, did you make this doll of Virginia? Why did you take it? Give it back. It's mine. I'll throw some boiling pumpkin soup at you if you don't hand it over. Wait, I don't get it. You hated Virginia. Why would you make a doll and call her your friend? Well, yes, I was angry at first, but when the anger didn't drive her away, I started talking to her. I'd tell her about the legend of the Nightwalker. Virginia was captivated. She'd really listen, not like the usual thrill seekers. Well, isn't it a perfect little scene you're presenting us? Might even work if we didn't have proof of you threatening to shoot Virginia. I never would have done it. Virginia was a sweet girl, and now that she's gone, I'm feeling lonely. So please, Deputy Chief Matthew, give me back my doll. I guess we'll find out who takes the pills. Let's get the bracelet. Okay. It's Amy's mom. The bracelet you found in the cabin belongs to Miriam Georgia Young, but why would Amy's mother come all the way up here? You're right, the best way to know is ask Mrs. Young. Let's go. I've got the feeling we're getting closer to catching Virginia's killer. Ask about her presence in the Nightwalker cabin. What do you want this time, Deputy Chief Matthew? Get to the point. I have some pumpkin soup on the stove. Miriam, we know you went up to the Nightwalker's cabin. We found your bracelet there. Why would you go to such a place? You want to know why I went to that godforsaken place? Because I wanted to have a private talk with Virginia, that's all. I followed her during one of her escapades. I confronted her and made it clear she mustn't bother my family again. You threatened Virginia, Mrs. Young? Since Amy's come back to White Peaks, Virginia has been harassing me. She kept telling me I was too harsh on my daughter. I had to resort to taking sleeping pills. I can't stop thinking about it. I'll treat my family as I damn well please. You want to arrest me for that? Go ahead. She's looking good for it. I hate to say it. We'll find out if she's the killer after this. Okay guys, it is Matthew here. We are back to get more of Chapter 3 done, and I can unlock the next crime scene. I'm just going to do it right now. Plot instant analysis. Let's see what Hannah has to say. Ready to watch the VHS tape we found at the Nightwalker's cabin? Take a seat, Matthew. There's a surprise with this footage. Finally, the cabin of the Nightwalker, untouched for 100 years. I finally found it. All of the belongings of the Nightwalker within arm's reach. So many mysteries to uncover, and I'm the first one on the scene. Me, Roberto Vasquez. I'm going to film the cabin where the massacre took place. Oh, hello, Roberto, right? Nice to see you. It's so nice to see you here. I've been having a look at the cupboards. It's fascinating to see how the Nightwalker lived. What? What the hell are you doing here? So this tape wasn't one of Virginia's. It belongs to Roberto. And he didn't seem happy at all that Virginia had beaten him to the Nightwalker's cabin. You're right. Who knows, Matthew? Maybe this made Roberto so mad he killed Virginia. Let's have another chat with him. Cabin. So, Roberto, Deputy Chief Matthew found a tape which proves you weren't just interested in Virginia's looks. You seem pretty angry that she discovered the Nightwalker's cabin before you did. Angry enough to kill, perhaps? She got to the cabin by chance. I worked every day and every night on my own documentary about the Nightwalker's legend. I invested all my personal funds into this documentary. I've been living off pumpkin soup for months. Finding out the location of the original Nightwalker's cabin was a breakthrough. I prepared the expedition for weeks, and when I went up to the cabin, Virginia was there, acting like she owned the place, not realizing she was crushing my dreams. My documentary was my time to shine, and I'll never let an amateur like Virginia take the spotlight away from me. Never. Oh, you just eat pumpkin soup. Nobody seems to take that stuff too, the sleeping pills. Ramirez is back from his mission, Matthew, but I must say I'm still not convinced by his usefulness. Hello, Matthew. I did a little investigating. I went undercover and I managed to discover some sleeping pill users among your suspects. What the hell? Put your hands in the air, Jack Frost. Don't worry, this is only the latest of my cunning disguises. And thanks to it, I managed to find the information you needed, Deputy Chief Matthew. Oh, of course. Go on, Ramirez. What did you find? Lola Dickinson was seen popping several sleeping pills after one of her meetings. I watched Charlie Watchbird as he bought a box of sleeping pills from a local pharmacist. And I also had a glimpse of Roberto Vasquez's supply inside his bag. He never realized the snowman next to him was a detective. Wow, good job, Ramirez. You were actually useful. I'm just happy to help Deputy Chief Matthew. I have to leave now. Duty calls. Well, Matthew, we're closer to that killer than ever, but we're still missing some pieces of the puzzle. You want to take one last look at the crime scene? Alright, the finish line is in sight. Let's go. Here we go. That was a handkerchief. Trowel. Heart. Pocket knife. Oh, darn it. Pickaxe and the mantis. Mantis. There you are. Praying mantis, of course. Find on the crime scene, Matthew? A handkerchief? Awesome. I'll let you see what you can collect from it. And you found a bloody knife? You're right, Matthew. Where there's blood, there's a story. We have to collect that blood right away. The handkerchief. Oh, darn it. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, guys. Something strange happened. There we go. Great job collecting those tiny hairs off that handkerchief. We're one step closer to the killer, Matthew. Let's send it for analysis. How many hours? Okay, this is the 15-hour one. I'll start it immediately. And let's examine the knife. There we go. Great job collecting the blood off that knife, Matthew. We're close to the killer. I can feel it. Let's take this blood to Jan. Now tomorrow morning I will be able to put this killer behind bars, so we'll see who it is. So for now I'm going to get the last of the stars. So code pitching Ace 8080. Over and out. Hey guys, it's Matthew here again. We are back. We're going to wrap up and find out who the killer is of Virginia Washburn. First we get the results of the hair. From Jan. I took a look at the tiny hairs you collected on the handkerchief, Matthew, and they were eyelashes. And Those eyelashes were still holding remnants of lacrimal fluid, and from that lacrimal fluid, I managed to extract partial DNA strands. And one of those strands contained the chromosomes for eye color, so I can tell you that your killer has green eyes. The killer has green eyes? This is great! We're one step closer to catching them, Matthew. Yes, we are. And now the results of the blood. I took a look at the blood you collected off that knife, and it is clear it is not your victim's blood. The blood sample, however, is less than 12 hours old. My guess is that the victim used this knife to try and defend herself. You can tell how old blood is? Yep, almost as easily as you can guess a whiskey's age, Frank. Anyway, this knife was undoubtedly used against your killer, which means this is their blood. And therefore, I can tell you that your killer's blood type is AB negative. I hope it can help you catch them, Matthew. Ah, yes. That's it, Matthew. Thanks to Virginia's footage and your flair, we can put our killer behind bars. It was one unusual investigation, but it's time to finish it the old-fashioned way. It's time for an arrest. Yep. Here we go. Okay, let's see here. No, it's not Roberto Vasquez. He has the brown eyes. It's not Charlie Watchbird. His blood type is A positive. It's gotta be. Yep, it's Lola Dickinson. You're under arrest, Lola. Deputy Chief Matthew found fibers from your pom-pom at the crime scene and the pumpkin soup you left on Virginia's body. Wow, stop right there. Why would I kill Virginia? I needed her alive. Who's gonna finish her documentary now? Deputy Chief Matthew's got all the evidence they need, Lola. What about the sleeping pill residue in the Nightwalker's cabin? What about your handkerchief in the woods? Okay, you're talking nonsense there. I'm a film producer, not a murderer. Deputy Chief Matthew found your blood on Virginia's knife. There's nowhere you can hide now. Alright, you got me. I killed Virginia, but it was an accident. Let me explain. People don't want facts, they don't want historical information. What they want is blood and violence. Documentaries about urban legends like the Nightwalker need blood. I talked to Virginia about it, but she always got so mad, so I started to follow her, trying to put some fear into her. And it worked like a charm. She was terrified, absolutely convinced that someone was going to kill her because of the Nightwalker. I never intended to really kill her, of course. But when I revealed myself, she tried to stab me with a knife. I had no other choice. I just defended myself. I pushed her against that tree, but I never imagined that the branches would impale her like that. You left Virginia to die in the woods. You never called 911 and you lied to the police, Lola. Good luck trying to plead your case to the judge. You're under arrest. Mrs. Dickinson, you're judged today for the murder of Virginia Washburn. What do you have to say in your defense? Virginia's not the first one to die for her art. Her work will be recognized by all. She'll live on forever in her documentary. Are you waiting for someone to congratulate you or something? That'd be a start. I ensure that Virginia's work will be noticed, recognized, and remembered. I've made her an immortal. She's part of the Nightwalker legend now. Virginia was 25 years old. She was a baby. She had her life ahead of her. A lifetime of possibilities to become immortal all by herself. Lola Dickinson, I condemn you to 25 years in prison. Court dismissed. It's pretty amazing how Virginia did everything she could to help the police solve her own murder. Even death couldn't stop her from finding out the truth. But I must admit, I would have liked to have seen her documentary, even if I know that the Nightwalker is nothing more than an urban legend. And I can't stop thinking about poor Amy. First she lost her childhood crush, Now it's her childhood friend. What's going to happen to her next, Matthew? I'd be ashamed to find out, too. Let's see how the others ended up. Before we get to the additional investigation. Innocent. Green eyes. He had brown eyes. A positive blood. Didn't take sleeping pills. Green eyes. A positive blood. Miriam Young almost made the cut, but her eyes are blue. So, Lola Dickinson's your killer. We'll get to the additional investigation next time. Okay guys, it's Matthew. We are back for the additional investigation of criminal case White Peaks Project. Alright, Deputy Chief Matthew, I know you've worked hard on this investigation, but I have to give you more work. Roberto Vasquez has been attacked. This man may like to stir trouble, but I'd rather you checked up on him. Great. More work, Matthew. Do you think there will be a day we'll get to enjoy a beer after our shift? I'm not a drinker, Frank. Deputy Chief Matthew, thank God you're here. Sorry to disturb you, but it's about Amy. She's just gotten in a big fight with our mom. I can't intervene, but could you try to reason with our mom? Amy has been quite shaken recently. Virginia's death hit her hard. But while Mom is always coddling, she tends to act colder towards Amy. Sure, no offense, but your mother seems to be quite harsh with her daughter. What do you say, Matthew? Do we start with Roberto's attack or Amy's mother? I have to check up on Roberto Vasquez. I'm going to remind you guys a little something. I have the old King's outfit on because I wanted to honor him from Case 55 when he was found guilty of murder. Anyways, let's get to Vasquez. Deputy Chief Matthew, you won't believe what happened to me. The Nightwalker. He attacked me. Now, Roberto, you're obviously in shock, but you can't seriously believe it was the Nightwalker. I'm sure of it. I was filming in the cabin to complete my documentary and I was assaulted. If I had my camera, you'd believe me. I recorded most of the attack, but I had to leave it behind when I ran away. Please, could you go retrieve it from the cabin? That's what I do. Let's get the cabin out of the way. As usual, I'm starting with my inspiration, Ace. Our smoking pipe. Pinecone pile of dirt. Skull. Compass. Mushroom, milk can, cauldron. Rope, cash box, and finally the broom. Okay, this pile of dirt seems to be the only thing you haven't looked through. I hope Roberto's camera is in there. I'm tired of this place. Want to go through it quickly? Yeah, let's. Okay, there it is. It's in there. Like Prego sauce. It's all damaged though. Well done, Matthew. This must be Roberto's camera, but it's completely ruined. Are those claw marks? Roberto wasn't lying when he said he was attacked, that's for sure. As to who or what attacked him, these marks look like a bear's. You're right, Hannah might still be able to get something out of this camera. Let's send it to her. Six hours. Okay, let's smooth things over with Miriam. You say you're looking for Amy, Deputy Chief Matthew? No, I don't know where she is. I swear this child does nothing but embarrass me. We had a discussion about her dead friend, and I might have said it was a good riddance, but there was no need for her to run away. She needs to stop acting like such a baby. Hey, she may not be the brightest in the bunch, but she's always energetic and eager to learn. Ha! I try to teach her how real life works, and look what I got. A cowardly daughter who'd rather run into the forest than face the truth. You know what? I agree with you, Deputy Chief Matthew. We should just go look for Amy in the forest. Okay. See where she is. See, I was looking for the cat. Oh, there. Candles, torn picture. Spider web, beehive. Deer. Cherub crossbow. The cherub is that statue. Oh, there we are. Seems Amy isn't here, Matthew, but you still found something. Think this torn picture might help us? I hope you can restore it then. There we go. Mom is right. Everything I touch turns to dust. Alright, Matthew, you restored the picture. It's just a bunch of kids. Hey, you're right. That's Amy on the left of the picture, and next to her, that's Duncan. And the girl with the hat, that must be Virginia. Look at what's written. Mom is right. Everything I touch turns to dust. Wow, that's harsh. Imagine a mother saying that to her daughter. You're right. At least this proves Amy came here. Do you think a closer look around could tell us where she's gone to? Sure hope so. If I had a mother like that, I would be asking for a new mom. It's Amy's badge. Here we are. Almost had it perfect, but that's alright. Oh good, 2 lucky cards. Looks like I'm gonna get another royal flush, but we'll see what happens after this. Wait, Matthew, did you just find Amy's badge? What if something has happened to her? The kid may be a klutz at times, but even she wouldn't leave her badge like that. I agree with you. Time to take the black powder out and dust this badge for fingerprints. Oh, there's 2 coins now. There we are. Another 9 energy. Good job revealing the fingerprints on Amy's badge, Matthew. Let's get them to the lab. Okay, 9 hours. Alright. I guess we'll find out where Amy is and what happened in Roberta's camera. So for now, I'm going to let this thing run its course. Let these 2 run their courses. I'll see you guys next time. We're back now. We're going to do the results of Roberta's camera. Savannah. I'm good with technology, Matthew, but this camera is totally ruined. Did you think I was a magician? Well, you were right. I managed to get back the last image recorded by the camera, and look, what is that spooky silhouette? What the hell, Matthew? That picture, you're right, it looks like the Nightwalker. I can't believe it. Could this really be the Nightwalker? You're right, we need to go back to Roberto. There's another coins. This footage is from my camera, Deputy Chief Matthew. For real? I can't believe it. This is incredible. This is proof. This is the final proof of the Nightwalker's existence. I knew he was real. I don't know if that's the thing. I don't know if that thing's the Nightwalker, but I know it's looking threatening. You'd better be careful. Danger is my middle name, and I know just how to confuse the Nightwalker. Here, Deputy Chief Matthew, take this mask. It'll help you. It'll help keep you safe. There's 2 coins. And I'll let the fingerprints run their course. Hopefully Amy will be found soon. Okay guys, it's Matthew. We are back. And we're going to wrap up this case in the White Peaks Project as we get the results of the fingerprints from Amy's badge. God, I hope she's alright. Alright Matthew, it took me a while to isolate each fingerprint over this badge you found, but I guarantee someone older than Amy touched it. But I have good news. You already know that person. It's Alan, the hermit. Alan? Matthew, what if that crazy lunatic finally snapped and decided to force Amy to keep him company? Maybe a doll wasn't enough for him anymore. Heck, you're right. Whatever happened, he must know where she is. Let's talk to Alan. Whoa! About her whereabouts. Deputy Chief Matthew, look, Miss Detective, your colleagues are here. Matthew, Frank, what are you doing here? Are you kidding me, Amy? We were looking for you. Your brother told us you had a fight with your mother, then we found that picture and your badge. We thought you'd been kidnapped, and now we find you here, cooking burgers on the campfire with Alan as if nothing happened. I apologize, Matthew. I needed to be away from everything for a while. Hey, don't be too hard on the girl. I was glad to meet Virginia's friend, and I wanted to cheer her up. I'm so sorry. My mother has a way of getting under my skin. I shouldn't have left her like that. She's probably very angry. Seriously, Amy, you shouldn't let your mother get the better of you. Deputy Chief Matthew is right. We should talk to her. Oh, I could never. Do you think I should, Matthew? Could we eat something before talking to Mother? It'll give me courage. For her sake, I hope so. Not bad attitude towards Amy. Oh, you're back, Amy. Are you done with your temper tantrum? I apologize for yelling at you, Mother, but I think saying Virginia was a waste of space was really out of line. It's about time you grow up, young lady. I can't believe they put you in Deputy Chief Matthew's team. You're too immature to handle murder investigations. Good thing this isn't your prerogative then, Mrs. Young. Deputy Chief Matthew is right. Amy has done a good job so far. No need to belittle her. I'll say whatever I damn please. I'm the one helping to pay your bills after all. Here, take this as a donation in Duncan's honor. He was a police hero. What a bitch. Whoa, sorry kiddo. I was hoping this would go a little better. It's nothing. Mother has always been very demanding. I think it's her way of showing she cares. But I'm glad you helped me stand up for myself, Matthew. Hell yeah. I won't doubt anybody. Really, I don't know what to make of Miriam Young. Who would have thought Amy's mother could be such a harpy? Amy is a genuinely nice person, and Duncan seems to be a good lad. It's a mystery how Miriam managed to raise them without at least one of them turning into a sociopath. And there's still this Nightwalker problem. Roberto was convinced his blurry footage provides proves the Nightwalker exists. At the same time, the person in that footage really looks monsterish, you know? This is messed up, Matthew, you're right. I never thought White Peaks would lead us on a monster chase, but we need to stop that Nightwalker. Silver medal, gold medal. Okay. As we get to the final case of the White Peaks District. And we'll see you for that. So, quote pitching Ace 88, over and out.